Well, in today's installment of our China on the Move series, Liu Ying takes us to Beidahuang, or the Great Northern Wilderness. It's located on the vast plains of China's northeastern province of Heilongjiang. The more than 5 million hectares of fertile land was a wilderness just half a century ago. But today it's China's largest base for grain production. It's responsible for more than 10 billion kilograms every year. Liu Ying filed this report from Heilongjiang.
More than 600 kilometers to the north of the provincial capital Harbin, we arrived at the number 290 farm. It is one of the more than 100 farms of Beidahuang, China's big grain barn. The autumn harvest is about 2 months away. Vast grain fields spread out on both sides of the roads. It looks like a bumper harvest this year. But more than half a century ago, this was a completely different scene. Beidahuang was a desolate and uninhabited wasteland. Since the mid-1950s, hundreds of thousands of demobilized soldiers, college students and urban-educated youth came to the place in response to the country's call to open up the wilderness. Over the next 20 years, they staged the most spectacular land reclamation in the Chinese history. Heilongjiang was one of the pioneers. The Korean War veteran was dispatched to Beidahuang in 1955. Yang and his fellow soldiers built up more than 100 farms from nothing over the next 2 decades, turning wilderness into fertile land. He settled down in Beidahuang and has never left. The 81-year-old says today's Beidahuang is beyond his imagination. He recalls his experiences here in early times.
At that time, we thought about nothing but opening up wilderness. Our goal was to cultivate the land, build houses here and develop Beidahuang into a better place. We didn't feel the hardship at all. I think the spirit of Beidahuang is that you must not be afraid of hardship. You just do it.
Turning the vast stretch of wilderness into China's big grain barn is the hard work of 2 generations over the past half a century. The older generation, the pioneers, overcame many hardships to sow the seeds. Today, many of their children carry on the commitment. They continue to contribute to the country's food security. 43-year-old Zhao Yanghai was born in Beidahuang. His father, like Heilongjiang, was one of the earliest pioneers. Zhao is a local paddy rice growing expert. He was given the title Model Workers many times for developing paddy rice growing technologies and helping others master new technologies.
As the second generation of Beidahuang settlers, we should inherit and promote our father's spirit of hardworking and unselfish contribution. We should use our knowledge for production and contribute to achieving this year's target of 15 billion kilograms.
Zhao says compared with the elder generation, his generation is shouldered with a different historic responsibility.
Our target is to continuously increase the rice output and improve our growing technologies. Technology is the first productivity. We must remember this.
Today, Beidahuang has made a transition from traditional to modern agriculture. World-class machinery is widely used in grain production. There's no doubt that this huge grain basket will continue to play a significant role in ensuring the country's food security in the future. Liu Ying, CCTV, Beidahuang, Heilongjiang Province.